The White House Oversight Committee is debating legislation that would make Washington, D.C. the 51st state. Democrats support that move. Republicans accuse them of seeking statehood for political gain. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil joining us live tonight to explain this ongoing debate. Joe.
Yeah, Marnie, it is a complicated issue because, on the one hand, you do have hundreds of thousands of people who've lived in Washington, D.C. And for decades, this has been a rallying cry that they feel they don't have proper representation in Congress. But on the other hand, you can't really ignore the political consequences of this, which would be that Democrats would very likely gain 2 seats in the Senate and an incredibly divided Congress. This wouldn't happen overnight, but theoretically, it could give them a major advantage and make it easier to pass serious agenda items. It has more residents than 2 states, and they pay federal taxes. It has its own government, school system, and police force. What it doesn't have? A voice in the Capitol building it hosts. No senators and no voting representation under the dome.
D.C. residents are American citizens.
Now, many Washingtonians, with the backing of Democrats in Congress, think their long-held dream of statehood is within reach. At a House hearing today, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser backed H.R. 51, a bill that would make Washington, D.C. the 51st state.
The people of Washington, D.C. have voted to endorse statehood. We have approved a constitution. We have approved our state boundaries.
Washington is growing. More than 700,000 Americans now live in the city. It's about the size of an average district in the House of Representatives. Former Navy SEAL Harry Wingo says D.C. residents serve in the nation's military, yet don't have a voice in matters of war and peace.
Congressman Lynch, I can't reconcile it. We should not have to sacrifice without representation.
But Republicans see the drive for statehood as a Democratic power grab, seizing the moment with a Democratic president and slim majorities in Congress to force progressive policies. And that includes a minimum wage increase, gun control legislation, and a voting rights bill.
What this is all about is unfinished Democratic business. The Democratic Party attempting a political power grab of obtaining more senators.
Statehood is likely to pass the House. But with 60 votes needed to pass the bill in the Senate, Republicans can block it from moving forward.
It demonstrates a desire for more political dominance by Democrats because they realize that if D.C. were able to send 2 senators to the Senate, they'd likely be Democrats.
Now, another important wrinkle in this discussion here is whether or not it even can be done. Democrats say you can pass a law through Congress and make Washington, D.C. a state. Republicans say you would have to have a constitutional amendment to achieve that. And by the way, there would be some practical effects right away. We've heard a number of officials testify today that had Washington, D.C. been a state on January 6th, they would not have needed the White House's approval to send the National Guard to come in and stop the insurrection at the Capitol. Reporting live tonight in Washington, D.C., Joe Khalil, NewsNation.